Alright, good morning guitar enthusiasts. I have this 2012 Squire Strat to work on. I wanted to do a before and after video because this is it's one of the nicest Squires Strats I've come across. The neck, tuning machines, consistent with an American Strat. I think it's, I don't know, it's just a really nice feeling neck. It's very dirty. There's some high frets. Guitar has lipstick pickups. It says Duncan designed. There's some issues with there's little rubber pieces in here. We're going to replace them with springs because the pickups drop down. It just, I know what happened in there. It just needs springs and not the rubber stoppers. And there's a high fret, a couple high frets. And strings are super old, so I mean, I'm going to do a before and after video. Obviously this is the before video. And the strings are so old. I mean, it's that's going to be a big factor in the difference in the sound, but you know, I'm going to do this anyway. So that's the lipstick pickup. I just learned that almost. So that's the neck pickup. Here's the bridge. That high fret is okay. So that's fretting out. So this fret needs to be filed down a little bit. All the frets are going to get polished. The fingerboard is going to get clean. It's really dirty. I don't know how it got that dirty, but that's not for us to discuss here. Middle pickup. Positions. For comparison, so this is our 2012 Squire Strat made in Indonesia. If I had to pick between Chinese guitars, Indonesia, and Japan, I don't know, these guitars coming out of Indonesia just seem to be superior. So that's that, and I happen to own this 2005 Squire Strat, which has the big Fender headstock. The tuners are different. The tuners are good. But I had to do a lot of work to this guitar. I mean, it was like somebody was throwing it away. Half of the, maybe more than half of the frets were all over the place. I had to glue almost all the frets down, level the frets, polish the frets. I spent a lot of time on the neck. I put completely different pickups in there. It had really bad sounding pickups in it. So this is 2005 Squire from China. So I'm gonna play this. I did some fancy switching and push-pull things here. So I'm not even gonna go off. I'll show you the humbuckers, but I have it set to just so you can hear just to be fair, comparing it to this. the in single coil mode, where just this pickup and this inside pickup is on. And of course, the strings are old, but they're way newer than the strings on this guy. So that's more output. It's louder even with just single coils on. I don't remember what I played before. So here's the difference between two, volume-wise and sound-wise, between two inner coils only on the humbuckers and versus here's the neck humbucker on 10. A lot louder. But that's a whole other subject. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna clean up this guitar and put it all back together, and then we can compare. Let me just give this another whack. So I'll leave you with this. Setting. I'm not going to touch the amp. Maybe I'll shut it off. But I'm not going to touch the amp settings. I'm going to pull this out. That was the neck pickup with the volume, tones all the way up full. So the next thing you see should be the finished guitar. All right, setup is done. Well, setup. I'll tell you exactly what work I did to this guitar. I know I said when I came back I would play the same thing that I played through the same amp, but I kind of forgot what I played because I spent 3 hours working on this. Just wanted to tell everybody what I did. Right, removed and cleaned neck. Remember that filthy neck? Neck is not filthy anymore. Look at that baby. The neck is totally cleaned. The frets were leveled. The neck came off and it got totally cleaned. The frets got a level job and polished job, and had some high frets over here. Yeah, remember we were playing up here and I had some frets that were fretting out. It's the highest note you can hit on a guitar, unless you do this. It goes higher. Anyway, yeah, so no more fret out. And, okay, what else did I do? New pickup springs. I'm going to throw some photos in the video. All these Fender guitars come with these little rubber stopper things to hold the pickup in place as you raise it and lower it, and they just disintegrate in time. So pull those off, put springs on. Springs don't disintegrate. So that got done. So this whole guitar came apart, which maybe I'll be posting some pictures along with the video. So right, remove the clean neck, the pickup, some bridge springs, pick up, clean the bridge. All right, I took this whole bridge apart, and it was really filthy. So all this stuff over here, I just take it all off and clean it out good with a toothbrush. Clean a lot of things on the guitar. Toothbrushes work good. Clean the pots, volume. They were scratchy. No more scratch on anything. Clean the selector switch. No more. It's a wah-wah. No more noise on anything. What else did I do here? Tightened input jack. Right, this jack was loose. Input jack, tighten that. Level frets, polished frets. Oiled neck. I use linseed oil. I clean the neck. This is what I do. I take a scrub brush, like for your kitchen, with the neck off. Hold it over my sink. I take a solution of 1 to 10, I think, solution of mean green or simple green. Spray it over the neck. Let it sit for a minute. Take your bathroom scrub brush and scrub all that gunk off. Hit it with some hot water. Spray it on again. This one was really dirty, so I scrub it again. Get all that stuff off, and then you wind up with the neck. And I'll throw a picture in right here. It'll appear after I edit the video, I hope. And the neck, you know, it just takes everything off it. So it's a lighter color. It's like nothing on it. Just looks like a dried out piece of wood. So what I do then is I take some linseed oil. It's the best thing for this, linseed oil. Now you don't want to put linseed oil on a neck that's been lacquered, that's been painted, because it's not going to do anything. It's just going to wipe off. But a neck like this, that's not painted or lacquered on top of, it's just like, you know, wood. Linseed oil is the shit. It works really good. So then I took a lunch break. That was 2 hours of work. Then I took a lunch break and then put the neck on, strings on. I set the string height. I use a radius gauge. I set the height of the little E string over the 17th fret, the 5/64ths of an inch. The height of the big E string over the 17th fret I set to 3/32 of an inch. Then I take a radius gauge, 9.5 in this case, and put this radius gauge over, which is the same radius as the neck. So 9.5 inch radius is what this neck is. So when you put the radius gauge on, touch the two outer strings that you set the height on, and then you set the height of the rest of the strings to the radius gauge. I mean, I used to just, you know, measure the height of each string, but with the high string being lower, always lower than the tops, you just get a nice, and it feels nicer too. You know, I just really started doing this on my own. It just gives I don't know, maybe it's all in my head, but I like it. So, what else did I do here? Set right, neck on, strings on, set string height, set the intonation, distance between here and here. So when you play an A there, it should exactly be an A when it's fretted here. If it's sharp, if it's high, if it goes like, you know, if it's a little high, you have to make the string longer. So I would, you know, adjust this so the string goes longer. If it's too low, you got to make the string shorter. So when you set all that stuff up, you have a beautifully intonated, like I might play down here after tuning the guitar, and that's all in tune nice. And then you go up here and play. If the guitar wasn't intonated properly, it wouldn't, the notes wouldn't, the notes would be off and it would sound bad, and we don't want that, right? Something else I just thought of I wanted to mention is, so 2012 Squire from Indonesia, right? The paint job is beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, right? So here's the 2005 Squire from China, and look at that paint. You know, the paint is just like chipping off. I'm sure it's got some dings on it, but that's not normal. You know, it's like, I don't know what's up with this body even. You know, it's just kind of nasty. Paul Armento, my friend Paul, by the way, gave me this guitar. It's ready to just toss it. So this took a lot of work. See that paint? How it's chipping off. So China, Squires, China. I don't know. I just think the guitars that I've touched, even like Epiphones, you know, they make them in various countries. What comes out of Indonesia? I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but they just seem better. Okay, gonna finish this up and then do a play test. Nut height. I always check the nut height when I do a setup. I mean, you have to, because if the nut height isn't right, when you press down, if the strings over the first fret here are too high, when you press down on the strings, especially down here, they go sharp, right? The string with, you know what I'm talking about, right? If you're a guitar person, you probably do. If you don't know what I'm talking about. Lube to the nut. I use this bicycle chain lubricant. I mean, you could use almost anything. You know, I just put some lubricant in there, so when you do your when you do your whammy bar stuff, that string is sliding back and forth through the little slits in the nut here. So if the string gets caught up in there, it doesn't come back in tune. It gets stuck, and it generally goes sharp. When you bend strings too, you bend the string up, it pulls it through the nut, and when you release it, you want it to go back to where it was. So check the tuning on that now. See, the B is flat. Not because I didn't lube the nut right or anything like that, but these are new strings. They're wrapped around the two new posts, and they really have to settle a little bit before you have to break them in. You either got to stretch them and tune it, and stretch it and tune it, and stretch it and tune it, or just play the guitar a lot, or just let it sit around for a couple days or a week. And that'll take care of that problem. So I finished at 5:15, so that was like another hour, and then play test. Right, clean noisy switch. This was all noisy, and I fixed the noisy. This jack, when you plug the guitar in, you know, move this around, you could hear it. And it was, oh look, my friend Christina's calling. She's going to be in the video. You're going to be in the video. You're going to be in my video, Christina. What do you have to say to our music fans out there?
Hi, you're calling 101.
I'm doing the before and after review of this guitar I fixed for my excellent FedEx man, John. And the guy, we've been such good friends over the years, and he's got a lot of guitars, and his son has guitars. And I said, John, just give me your guitar. I'm going to fix it for nothing, man. I'm going to fix it for years. And he finally dropped off his son's guitar.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to pause the video right now so I can say hello to my friend Christina. Alright, going to try to finish this video, day 2. Set the pickup height. When you set pickup height, you want to start with about, you want to hold, it's becoming an instructional video, isn't it? You want to hold the strings down at the last fret and then measure, giving away all my secrets here. I'm going to take something and measure the pickup height on the treble side should be about 4/64 of an inch, and on the bass side 5/64 of an inch. Do that for every pickup. Then when I get the guitar done, I'll play the guitar and check the volume levels of all 3 pickups. They're going to sound different. This pickup, middle pickup, bridge pickup. But I think they're really close. You know, I set the height and then I listen with my ear and even play each string to make sure the high and the high string versus the low is the same volume. So I think I nailed it pretty good actually on this guitar. This guitar. I hate to give it back, but I have to. Alright, yeah, put some bicycle lube in a nut. I think I mentioned, played the follow coins. Cleaned the noisy switch. That was a little noisy. Fixed the noisy jack. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. So, here's the guitar. Gonna wrap it up. I'm just gonna play a little bit. bass sound. You don't need to spend money on effects pedals. That's it. I could sit here and play forever.